Welcome to the City of Toronto Children's Services Environment and Interactions module. This module will aid in supporting educators and program staff in setting up each room before the program reopens. The intent is to have safety as a top priority, as well as ensuring that quality and pedagogy are still very much present within the program space. This module is comprised of 5 sections: play material, physical distancing and room setup, cleaning and disinfecting, outdoor environment, and interactions. We will review each section in detail in order to support educators in the reopening of childcare programs while ensuring the new operating policies are followed. This section of the module will review what materials will be permitted in the program space. As discussed in the IPAC module, it is essential to identify and remove all toys and material within the space that are not washable. All toys used within the program must be made of material that can easily be cleaned and disinfected. Other items to be removed from the environment are clothing for toys and any fabric, modeling material, books with paper pages that cannot be disinfected, and any items that encourage children to put in their mouths, for example, spoons or cups in a dramatic play area. If sensory materials such as Play-Doh, water, or sand are offered, they should be provided for single use only. This means that it is accessible to that specific child only and is discarded at the end of the day. Remove all toys that encourage group play or are difficult to sanitize. From the remaining materials in the room, identify what other play material can be reduced or removed, taking into consideration programming, children's interests, and learning experiences. This is especially important for programs who will have family groupings. The additional material removed can be stored away for rotation. Another reason to consider reducing the amount of play material accessible in the environment is that it needs to be cleaned and disinfected between users. If you have large amounts of one type of play material, you may want to consider splitting it up so that half is accessible in the program space and the other half is available for rotation during toy washing time. For example, a bin of Lego is separated in half. One half is put away and available for rotation. The other half is accessible in the program space. Child A plays with the Lego. Once they are finished, that Lego is removed from the program area to be cleaned and disinfected. The Lego that was put away for rotation is now made available for the next child to play with. This can be done with a variety of toys and play material and will assist you in meeting the needs of the individual child. For art experiences, each child should have their own bin or basket filled with their own individual material. Each bin can have a variety of material such as paper, markers, crayons, and other art play materials. The material in each basket should not be shared in between children, even if they are in the same cohort. Physical distancing is very important during this time to reduce the spread of COVID-19. While it can be challenging for educators to enforce with children, the environment can be set up in a way that encourages physical distancing. Educators should consider using visual cues in the room to encourage and promote physical distancing. For example, limiting the number of chairs at each table, adding tape to the floors to direct children around the room. If possible, position play areas to increase distancing and to create purposeful movement either toward or away from specific areas. When setting up the cots, educators should increase the distance between them or place children head to toe or toe to toe if space is limited. As an educator, you can encourage more physical space between children in various ways. Consider doing more small group experiences throughout the day, both inside and outside. This will allow children more space to explore and engage with play materials in different rooms. Think about staggering or alternating lunchtime so children are not all eating at the same time. Let's do a quick recap of the cleaning and disinfecting expectations. It is essential to establish a method to increase the cleaning and disinfecting of objects, toys, and frequently touched surfaces in all areas of the program room. Consider including more soiled toy bins or a system to remove soiled toys from the play area or room, as play materials need to be removed immediately once a child has finished using them. Check the expiry dates of products that have remained in the building during the closure before using them. As an educator, it is essential that you understand the revised infection prevention and control practices that are now in place to limit the spread of the virus. Please review and understand the IPAC module and check in with your supervisor should you have questions. Moving on to the outdoor environment. We have heard from healthcare experts that being in the outdoors is a good way to limit the spread of the virus, as well as supporting child development and well-being. It is important to include physical activity as part of your daily routine. However, you will need to think about how the outdoor space can be used. If your outdoor space is large enough to accommodate more than one cohort, educators can divide the space with physical markers to ensure cohorts remain separated by at least 2 meters. When possible, consider using the outdoor space as an additional program space to encourage small grouping to allow for more space for the children to explore and move around. What type of activities can you plan outdoors? Creating obstacle courses where children play one at a time or having different types of play equipment can be considered. If it is good weather, consider being flexible with the schedule and allow children to have lunch outside. This is the time to get creative. Now is the time to think about mindful and intentional interactions. With physical distancing in place, how can you maintain a welcoming and caring environment through your interactions? It is important to establish relationships between the educator and the children to create a positive atmosphere in an environment where physical distancing must be maintained. While the interactions may look different, it is still possible to maintain positive interactions between educators and children and maintain physical distancing without relying on terms of endearment. To ensure safe interactions between educators and children, avoid getting close to the faces of children wherever possible. When holding infants and toddlers, use blankets or cloths over educators' clothing. Be sure to change the blanket or cloth between children. Be warm and welcoming. Use positive language and tone of voice. Remain calm and be mindful of body language that can give negative messages. Support children to identify and understand their emotions. Respect and validate feelings, and reassure the children that they are safe. Referring back to the 4 foundations of how does learning happen may serve as a good resource to help you support the children's development. Children may respond to stress in different ways, such as being more attached, anxious, withdrawal, angry, or agitated. Respond to children's reactions in a supportive way. Listen to their concerns and give them extra time and attention. Remember to be patient, calm, and reassuring. Help children problem solve ways to deal with stresses and encourage coping strategies to help with stress and anxiety. Look for opportunities to let children feel in control by making choices or taking steps to keep healthy. Children feel empowered when they know what to do to keep themselves safe. Consider talking to children about what is happening in a way they can understand. Keep it positive, simple, and developmentally appropriate. There are many children's books that are available, such as the ones shown on the slide. Check our resources page for more information. It is really important to check in with yourself and recognize how you are feeling as well. If you are feeling anxious, take some time to reflect on your own concerns. Talk with colleagues, your supervisor, and if needed, other mental health supports. This is a difficult time for everyone, and the more these anxieties are discussed and shared, the better informed we will be as early childhood professionals to support children and their families and each other on this journey. This concludes the Environment and Interactions training module. If you have any questions, please speak with your supervisor and inform them you have completed the module. Thank you.